everywhere. It's TikTok, of course. All right, so how do they switch off Android now? I should just press it down.
Yeah, you press it.
We're gonna have a productive 3 hours right now. So I've had a lot of people how is my audio? I've had a lot of people say they are still struggling with thank you, Rookie. They are still struggling with Agatha calling, yes, thank you. Good evening. They are still struggling with calculating their numbers. And I figured that although we've had this numerology session, free masterclass, several times, but the truth is there are new people joining every now and then. Viola Beauty, good evening. There are new people joining every now and then. Wow. And because of these new people joining every now and then, we may have to, from time to time, go over it again. We're trying to connect to Facebook. I don't know why this is. Maybe you need to keep restarting. Amazon Toasting, good evening. So if you are here and you don't know, oh man. If you are here and you don't know your 5 most important numbers, you know why this is very important now? Because, Lady Zuzu, good evening. I've been talking about the Lionsgate portal and this Leo season, even before we entered the month of July and August. And the reason it is important for you to know all this now is because this is a season of manifestation. Patience, good evening. And manifestation is determined by how much of yourself you know. Ima the realtor, good evening. How much of yourself do you know? That's the question. That determines how much you are able to manifest, because your manifested realities are proofs of what is going on inside you. Your manifested realities, we are also on Facebook, we're on TikTok and on Facebook at the same time. So your manifested realities are proofs of what is going on inside you. I've always said this, according to the power that is at work in you. Thank you. Thank you, Luminate. And one of the most effective tools for self-discovery and clarity, not just at the personal level, but also at the universal level, is numerology. Holy Temple, good evening, is numerology. Numerology is a science of the study of numbers and their corresponding impacts on the universe and on you. Their corresponding impact at the macrocosmic and the microcosmic level. Numbers are the language of the universe. Numbers are the foundation of everything. Everything is identifiable by numbers. This is why numerology is superior to astrology, because numerology is closer to you than astrology. There is a time to improvise both of them, astrology, numerology, astronumerology. But the easiest, most effective tool that you can use to galvanize cosmic universal support for yourself is numerology. It makes you the captain of your ship. It makes you the Lord of your universe. That's what it does. It makes you the Lord of your universe. You begin to have confidence and you begin to gain clarity. You begin to understand yourself better. That's what happens. We're looking at this from another dimension. Now, I said that numerology is a study of the science of numbers and their corresponding impacts at the macrocosmic and the microcosmic level. In the afternoon, we started talking about the numerology of Nigeria. Because you must understand that as an individual, the territory you represent impacts you in some way. So, no matter how confident and powerful you are as an individual, the state of Nigeria would have an impact on you because you are within the Nigerian territory. And this is what people must understand. If you're living in the US, you're living in the UK, you're living in Canada, you're living in Australia, in Germany, there is the impact that that environment will have on you. No matter how strong you are for yourself at the personal level. And this is why tonight we're going to take it from the numerology of Nigeria so you can understand how powerful numerology is. Then when you understand the numerology of Nigeria, you will know why the things that are happening are happening. And then you can integrate yourself. Good evening, Facebook guys. Good evening. Because the reason many people are reactional, the reason people are just reacting is because they don't understand the art and science of living in Nigeria. Nigeria, everything is an energy field that vibrates a frequency. So Nigeria itself is an energy field and it is vibrating certain frequencies based on the naming of Nigeria, based on the life path of Nigeria, based on the day of birth of Nigeria, based on the destiny expression of Nigeria, based on the soul urge of Nigeria. There is national numerology, there is business numerology, there is family numerology. So apart from your personal numerology, there are other numerology that impact your life. Now, the first thing that we need to understand is that, like I said in the afternoon, I mentioned this in the afternoon, Currently, we are going through a situation in Nigeria that nobody can deny the impact it is having on all of us. Please understand that the people, the owners of Nigeria, because there are people who are the owners and the stakeholders. Nigeria is an enterprise, just like America is an enterprise. There are owners and stakeholders. Good evening, Queen Saf. They own it. So when people say Nigeria belongs to all of us, no, it doesn't. It belongs to the owners. So you must understand the territorial forces, the energy governing and ruling an environment for you to be able to relate and integrate and live the quality of life you desire in that environment. If not, the environment is going to swallow you. And for many people who have chosen to live in Nigeria at this particular time, you must understand this science behind the country called Nigeria. It is an energy field that vibrates a frequency. First and foremost, let's establish something, because if you don't know this, to manifest in Nigeria will be difficult. Good evening, 7th. It's going to be hard to manifest in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very, very interesting geographical location. And as much as, listen, guys, listen, the reason why some of us have decided to stay in Nigeria, even though we can decide not to, is because real riches are in darkness. Riches, wealth is hidden in darkness. Sorry. So the darkness in Nigeria is proof that there are opportunities and riches in that darkness. Real riches are hidden in darkness. That's it. So for me, a lot of people may disagree. It's easier to make money in Nigeria. And I've lived outside Nigeria, so I can tell you for a fact, there are many things that you can start, businesses you will start in Nigeria by Monday. You can't try it in other countries. It is in Nigeria, right, that somebody can wake up and say, I'm now a real estate. What is wrong with this thing flying around? Please bring that thing. I am now a real estate agent. And you see a broke person with nothing in their bank account. Hold it now. They wake up, when you see it, they wake up one morning and they sell a property and they are earning 20 million naira. It is only in Nigeria, and nobody will question them. What did you do? How did you make this money? Do you have a license? Do you have a certificate? Do you belong to this? Is the government? It is only in Nigeria you can see that. So there are people who have mastered how to explore these riches in the dark places, because the riches, true riches, are in the dark places. That's where they are. True riches are in the dark places, but you must understand the dynamics of your territory. You must understand the concept of territorial strongholds. You must understand the concept of principalities and power. We just started. And one of the ways to understand this is to study the numerology behind that concept, that idea. Listen, the people who formally birthed Nigeria in 1960, the people who named Nigeria, they are occultic people. They didn't just wake up and just give Nigeria that name. They didn't just wake up and just establish Nigeria on the 1st of October. What happened? They are people who are deep into occultism. They are stargazers and astrologers. Because listen, you are going to see, one of the things I'm going to expose to you tonight is how to know your place in the Nigerian ecosystem. Because there is no perfect society, right? Yeah, we have just taken our own imperfection to the next level, but there is no perfect society. The first thing you must understand is that Nigeria is a colonial ideology. We're going to start with the numerology of Nigeria, and then we bring you into it, how to integrate yourself. Nigeria is a colonial ideology installed in a particular geography for the purpose, I think you need to restart the Facebook because it's already doing that thing. I think we need to restart it. Facebook, guys, we're going to be back. For the purpose of political power and economic profits. You must, you must understand that. Nigeria is a colonial ideology installed in a particular geography intentionally for the purpose of political power and economic profits. So there is no deeper meaning. So if you are looking for a deeper meaning for Nigeria, stop looking for it. There's no deeper meaning. Nothing special about it. It's a business plan. And there is an intention behind it. There is a strategy behind it. There is the numerology behind it. There is an occultic plan behind it. So how do you integrate yourself in that ecosystem? And you will not be a victim of other people's plans and strategy. Because listen to me, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Ibibios, the Shekiris, the Idomas, the Igalas, they are special and unique groups of people combined together in the geography called Nigeria. So exactly. It is these groups of people that are special. Nigeria itself is just a colonial ideology. But do you understand that ideology? Do you understand the concept backing it up? Do you understand the intention backing the concept, the ideology called Nigeria? Do you understand it? Because you must first understand before you relate with it and get the best of it. Because listen, you can make the best of your life in Nigeria if you understand how you learn the ropes and how the country works. And one of the ways to do that is to study the numerology behind it. To study the numerology behind Nigeria. Sorry, guys. Facebook guys, sorry, we're back. I'm going somewhere. That's why I said that. Even if you have attended my numerology masterclasses, tonight is a bit different because you are going to understand why the things that are happening in Nigeria are happening. Because a truly spiritual person doesn't just focus on their own is not an individualist. They try to look at things from a holistic perspective. Now, I have always said this. Who are the people behind the establishment of Nigeria? Who are the people? Who are the people behind the establishment of Nigeria? This ideology. What are their aims? What did they have in mind? And the first thing, see, thank you so much, Emeka. Let me tell you the first thing, the day I settled in my mind that Nigeria is an idea. And that idea is meant to push a narrative. Then I stopped attaching emotions and sentiments when I am relating with Nigeria. And that's how I have been able to integrate myself within this ecosystem called Nigeria. I can never be a victim in this country. It's impossible. And I want to see more people rise up and relate with this idea called Nigeria the way it is. There's too many delusions. People trying to find one deeper meaning to Nigeria. They're trying to attach one divine mandate to it. It's a business plan. It's a business plan. It's an enterprise. Even America is an enterprise. They are owners and stakeholders. So if we don't do away with every sentiment and emotions when it comes to this idea called Nigeria, you will keep reacting when you are meant to respond. You keep reacting to, because the politicians and the owners and stakeholders, they know they have set up structures to drain you, use you, and dump you, to put you in a state of frustration and anger. It's an energy vampirism system set up to suck and drain your energy for other people's selfish agenda. Good evening, Madam Grace. Thank you so much, Madam Grace. Thank you. Thank you. And listen, see, my position on the idea called Nigeria is clear to people in my inner circle. And my approach to the Nigerian situation is not individualized and is not partisan. There are a lot of people with individualized approach to Nigeria. You know, oh, just make sure your life is good and then, you are fine. When it comes to social, political, and economic space, individual approach makes little or no progress, no impact. I'm telling you that for a fact. You must look at it holistically. So as much as I call people to take responsibility for their life, when it comes to the social, economic, and political space of Nigeria, we must be holistic in our approach. A lot of people don't know Nigeria. So even people who claim intelligence, when I talk with them, like, this person doesn't know anything about Nigeria. That's why they just want to sound this patriotism or this political correctness thing and all. They don't understand. They have not learned the ropes. And you are going to discover a lot about Nigeria tonight from the numerology behind it. Because the people who installed it, who created it for economic gains, profits, and political power, that's why they created the idea. Holistic approach, that's it. Because listen, guys, before the creation of the idea called Nigeria, our ancestors were in their different territories. They were managing their resources. They were even intertrading with themselves. So if we cannot manage this so-called idea called Nigeria, after decades, we have not been able to evolve into nationhood. Then what is the point? What's the point? So we must understand this. Listen, guys, if you want to live the quality of life you desire in Nigeria, see, stop forcing a divine mandate on the idea that was created for political and economic reasons. Trash every prophecy, detach your emotions from every stupid assertions about Nigeria. Forget the prophecies. God did not create Nigeria. Human beings sat down. They made a business decision, political, economic decision. Okay, let's now make it Nigeria. Because your ancestors existed before the idea. My ancestors existed before the idea. And they had their own system of governance. They had their own things. They were doing their own thing. So, but people want to make it look like, oh, God created, right? So now it's a divine product, creation of God. No, it is not. It is an idea. It is an idea. It's just, that's what it is. So if you keep looking for some deeper meaning, you will keep kicking the rocks because there's no deeper meaning. If the idea is going to work, we must have a people-centric, not a politicized national consensus to negotiate. We have to renegotiate the terms and conditions of this idea called Nigeria. It won't go anywhere with this current status quo. Thank you so much, Sophia. Forget all the, don't be negative. Don't be, please. I'm not a negative person. I'm a practical person. With the current status quo, Nigeria is going nowhere. Quote me. There must be a national consensus with representatives, trusted, credible representatives, not politicized consensus. Good evening, King Agu. To discuss, renegotiate terms, conditions, policies. Thank you so much, Rookie. Governing the establishments of Nigeria. Because people often ask, let me tell you one of the reasons why a lot of people are frustrated in Nigeria. They think Nigeria is God's last born. Oh yeah, God loves, if it is not that God loves Nigeria so much. Who told you? The reason why Nigeria, there is a God loves Nigeria. No, God doesn't have a favorite country. Yeah, God does not have a favorite country. A country is advanced by people through the establishment of functional systems, sustainable systems and institutions. Leave God out of it. It is a company. Thank you, Emeka. That's what it is. It is a company. Some people want to attach some deeper, divine meaning to the idea called Nigeria. No, it's a company, it's an enterprise. So you must learn how to see it like that. So you can integrate yourself and relate with it better, not from an emotional, sentimental perspective. You must understand that before the idea came into being, your ancestors existed. Your ancestors existed. There are a lot of deeper things to this, but this is not the right time to say them on social media. But when I look at people, I'm looking at the great people of the Igbo ethnicity, the great people of the Ibibio, the great Yorubas, the great Hausas, the great Ishakiris, that's what I am saying. Because that's what they are. But if we now say that, yes, this idea can be one umbrella that we are all under, we should get it right. If not, there's no point. And if they have refused to get it right, you must then sit down and try to study and understand the whole concept, the ideology itself, understand it. Then you can now start relating with it from understanding. You must know it, understand it, and then you can know how to integrate and live your life within that ecosystem. No more sentiment and emotions. Because it is not a creation of God. Men negotiated the existence of Nigeria. So men can sit down again and renegotiate the terms and the conditions. The reason we think that Nigeria, when you start seeing yourself as God's last born, because a lot of people, their approach to Nigeria is, the way they even speak about it with so much drama. God loves Nigeria so much. So to them, Nigeria is God's last born. And that's why they think that we can pull on our body and mess ourselves up and expect God to come and wipe our ass for us because we are God's last born. That's why you see all the mess around. You see the mess. Because God does not have a favorite country. God does not have a favorite country. Forget all this, your fake prophets. I see the country of Nigeria is this and that. Is nothing. It's just an idea. Forget about that. It's just an idea. It's an idea set up by the colonialists for a purpose. So you must know why. You must go down and know the origin. Nigeria is not sustained by the prayers of Christians and Muslims. It is fallacy. It is brainwashed assumption. It is born out of religious sentiment. Muslims will say Nigeria is surviving because of the Muslims. Christians say Nigeria is surviving because of the prayers of Christians. No, trash that idea. It's a lie. The idea is still surviving because the people who own it want it to be like that. The owners of Nigeria, they want it to remain like that. It's not anybody's prayer. Prayer does not change a country. Prayer changes you, so you can now be an agent of change. That's it. So when you hear politicians like, no, hand it over to God, let's pray for Nigeria. I don't pray for Nigeria. Let me just confess to you now, I don't pray for Nigeria. I send positive energy to people around me. I speak to the territory that I am, but that idea called Nigeria, me and that idea, I understand it. I know that that idea wants to whine me, that you, Nigeria, I know you very well. That's the way I relate to Nigeria. You, this idea they call Nigeria, I know you. I have no emotional attachment with you. So you cannot whine me. I'm the one that will whine you. That's the way I relate with it. I know it is an energy field set up by colonialists, and I can't trust anything that they are involved with. And they want it to, it's surviving because they want it so. It's as simple as that. There are many things I'm saying tonight that I'm trying to trigger the delusions that a lot of people have about Nigeria. We're going to get to the numerology of Nigeria. This is a long weekend masterclass, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Because we must understand this for you to be able to become the best version of yourself within this ecosystem. Because there are no perfect society. Because now you see people have traveled. They've left Nigeria to another country, yet they are still struggling. Because a lizard in Nigeria cannot become a crocodile in America. It's impossible. That's what you will understand why we are so given to entertainment that it has become the priority. I'm going to show you from numerology why it is like that. Now, why you are not meant to allow anything to as a man, everybody going mad. The moment a trend comes out, everybody going mad with it. Everybody wants to belong. The system is trying to drain your energy. That is the whole idea. Nigeria is not God's last born. If we keep shitting on ourselves and expecting God to clean us up. No. It doesn't work that way. The only apocalypse about Nigeria is that it is not the end. It is a means to an end. Nigeria is not the end. It is a means to an end. It is a womb that carries diverse nations. And those nations are going to be birthed. People can shove their bigotry. They can push their fake patriotism. They can try to sound politically correct. The nations in the womb of Nigeria will be birthed. It will be birthed eventually because it is a womb that carries diverse nations. And what you are seeing right now, it is birth pangs. There is birth pain. There is birth pain. There are birth pangs. There is nothing to be careful of, please. You have been careful for how many years? Careful about what? Careful about what? Nations are going to be birthed. Because what we are running, everybody running away from the real deal, everybody pretending. Everybody trying to sound politically correct out of either fear, ignorance, or greed. Fear, ignorance, and greed. It's as simple as those three things. Fear, ignorance, or greed. That's it. Because they don't even understand the dynamics, the foundation of Nigeria, the idea established by deep occultic people. Deep occultic people. That's it. Now, first and foremost, I've told you this before. I said the circumstances surrounding your naming is very important. So first and foremost, when you even look at the whole story of Nigeria, the people that named Nigeria alone makes it wrong. It makes it wrong. Let's begin from there. And then the dates they chose, they know why they chose it. They know why they chose it. Which hate speech? Whatever I'm saying is within the confines of my human rights. I've not said anything that is outside my human rights. Yeah. This is for educational purpose, deep insights. So don't come and project any fear, my brother, please. I don't do all those things. You know me very well. I don't do all this fear mongering. No. Yeah, I understand. I live in a country where they can pick anybody up for saying anything because it is the capital of injustice in the world. The system is established to intimidate the weak and the masses. You can hear what your Senate president is saying. The most insensitive, useless human being in the history of Nigerian politics. That's a pabio for you. The statements coming out of their mouth with the conditions that people are going through, the statements coming out from their mouth. Because they think that they have immunity. They think they have immunity. This is why I don't take one kobo from politicians, so that I can speak my mind. And it is not that I have not been offered stuff in the past, but I don't take anything from. So I can look and I can speak my mind. Let me die speaking my mind. So then I will know I have died a good death. This is just 2% of what I have to say. At the International Conscious Conference, I am going to dedicate 2 hours to the numerology of Nigeria and what you must do so you don't end up a victim in this unjust society, in this system that wants to drain you and your family and make your effort look useless, that wants to enrich the strong. This system where the religious, political, and corporate gangsters are raping and ripping the people off. So you can understand how to relate with people in that environment. So I'm even saying, see, what I'm saying is, thank you, Luminate, 2% of everything I know about this country. Because I know them very well. All of them go to church and mosque, but they are not human beings. All these your so-called politicians, they are not human beings. They don't have souls again. They are vampires. That's what they are. So the moment you start speaking the truth or saying something that triggers them, they look for something, lie, intimidate. Everybody will not continue to say, oh, let me be careful, let me be careful. This is a fact. They think they are only answerable to their puppet masters, the people who own Nigeria, who established this idea for political power and economic profits. That's what it is. And the youth, they've used hunger and poverty to put the youth in their pockets. So you can imagine, because somebody is a president's son and is having an event somewhere, and you hear some youth saying, let's go and meet him. So did he invite you? And they say, no, we'll just stand when he's done, we'll just go and meet him. I will carry myself from my house and say, I want to go and see Seyi Tinubu. What makes Seyi Tinubu more special than me? The best he is that he is a president's son. That's all. Then so if Seyi Tinubu wants to see me, he should write me a letter of invites. But a lot of youth, hunger. They have put hunger before their destiny. So they can't even think straight again. They are either worshiping celebrities, looking for a savior in a celebrity. And that's why many of them now, if protest is a just cause, why do you need celebrities to validate it? Why do you need them? Because your celebrities are part of your problem. Why are you saying they must join? Why? Because you are making gods out of people, and this is linked to the numerology of Nigeria. This insecurity in people, this low self-esteem, by gifted people who, on your own, the capacity and ability you have as a person within the confines of this geographical zone called Nigeria, the power that you have. No, but because no, they've taken it from you. They've brainwashed you to think that a pastor, an imam, and a celebrity must be involved in something you are doing for them to validate it. Nah, man, come on. If you don't do it with sentiment and emotions, when it comes to this idea, you will keep reacting. You won't even respond. You will just be reacting. So as much as I call people to personal responsibility, I also understand holistic approach to social problems, to social challenges. Now, listen to this. The people who named Nigeria and the day they birthed Nigeria, they did it at a time where the cosmic energy was at the lowest. Right. This is a deeper dimension to this. So let me not go there, because if I go there, I'm going to be saying some things. And TikTok, social media, there's a way they behave. But first and foremost, you were named by a stranger. Their intention, listen, the person who named you and the condition of your naming determines your expression. That's why I've told you several times about your personal name, personal numerology, that your name is your means of expression. So whoever named you, their state of mind, their intention, their motive, and the conditions surrounding that naming determines your expression. That's what it is. So for most people, the problem is not their day of birth, which is their identity. The problem is not their life path, which is their purpose. The problem is their means of expression, their destiny number. And the moment you have a problem with your name numerology, you have a problem with your soul urge, with your personality. But in the case of Nigeria, from the day of birth to the life path, to the destiny expression, to the soul urge, to the personality number, everything is just wrong. And I'll tell you why. Now, when you look at, look at countries like China. There are countries who were at the same level with Nigeria in the 70s, in the 60s. There are many of them, but let's just look at this. They were at the same level with Nigeria in the 60s and the 70s. Matter of fact, in the 70s, the world thought that Nigeria was going to be steps ahead. Was going to be steps ahead of China. That was the impression, because Nigeria was showing more potential than China in the 60s and the 70s. China was suffering in the 60s and the 70s. Massive poverty in China. But look at where China is today. And look at where Nigeria is. Singapore at some point came to Nigeria to come and beg. There was a time that the UAE, they were coming to Nigeria, Ibadan, for medical assistance. Now, there is something that is synonymous to these people. You will never see them use the word Independence Day. They use the word National Day celebration. National Day celebration, not independence. National Day. China's National Day is on the 1st of October 1947, because the People's Republic of China was officially founded on the 1st of October 1947 by their own people. The UAE they have their own national day, Singapore, but Nigeria we keep using. So this is the first thing I'm going to address. The 1st of October. See, the devil is in the details, and the details are the things that you ignore many times. I don't celebrate Independence Day. It is stupidity. Independence from what? Because let me tell you, you are reinforcing the oppressors and the hold they have on you as a nation, as a country. I don't like to use that word nation. Strangers named you for their selfish reasons. They birthed you for their selfish reasons. And every year you reinforce the power they have over you. You call yourself a sovereign nation, and you are still celebrating independence from strangers who invaded you, who usurped you, who loot you till now. They are still looting your resources, your economy till now. And every year you have to reinforce their control over you. It is a celebration of your slave masters, because they want to keep existing. Thank you for that. They want to keep existing in your charts, in your energy field. They must be there. They must take hold. You must renew their influence over you. And that's why you see the other time, royal, what do they call them? I don't call them in royal family. Thieves. They came to Nigeria, the girl and her husband. And you see the way many of you were acting like gods came to Nigeria. The people who came and violated your ancestors, you were celebrating their children. The people who violated your ancestors, who took advantage of your people, who set up this system, you were dancing from the airport. Your military went to welcome them at the airport. So you see, so they will continue as long as a stranger is the one influencing your house. You will never amount to anything. That's the fact. So the first thing a Nigerian that wants to amount to anything in Nigeria as a citizen of the place called Nigeria, the first thing you must do is cancel Independence Day. Don't celebrate it with anybody. You are enforcing something that you're not meant to allow in your microcosmic universe, in your consciousness. Nobody gave me independence from anything. My ancestors existed before anybody came and created any idea. Cancel 1st of October Independence Day from your consciousness. Stop flying any flag on that Independence Day, because you are reinforcing slavery. Yes, that's what you are doing. You are reinforcing slavery. You are reinforcing white supremacy. That's what you are doing when you celebrate 1st October independence. You will never hear the Chinese say Independence Day. They call it National Day. You will never hear the UAE. They call it National Day. They call it National Day. That's what they call it. So now you have, what do you have now? You have 1st of October, which is, of course, a number one. When you look at the astrology of Nigeria, you understand the whole elements and the planets and what they did in that regard, right? We're going to talk about that one, but not now. So I want to make sure I cover everything I want to say. Now, what are the challenging expressions of, because listen, a lot of you know about challenging expression of numbers, right? You know about challenging expression of numbers. So you are either energetically aligned or you have challenging expression based on your destiny expression, because your day of birth is your identity. So normally Nigeria should be vibing the energy of leadership and innovation as an entity. So now you see that everywhere you go in the world, you see Nigerians doing amazing things. In NASA, there is nowhere you won't find a Nigerian doing something amazing. But the Nigerian brand itself is not vibrating that kind of energy. Yes, because its expression is challenged. So it's meant to be 1st of October, right? 1 and 0. Sorry, 1st of October, yeah, 1. Not 1st of January, 1st of October. They are two different things. 1st of January is different from 1st of October, although they are the same energy. But their expressive vibration Vibrational frequencies, they are different. I hope you are with me. Now, what are the challenging expressions of one? Insecurity. And see, insecurity can be at any level, because now we are dealing with national numerology. It simply means that rather than vibe the frequency as a one of military, listen, see, when you have military strength, it reflects, right, in the mentality of the people. This is why, listen, an average American can decide to travel anywhere because they know that they have security based on their citizenship. Right. But a Nigerian last year in Italy was unalived on the streets. Yes, on the streets in Italy. 3 days ago, where I was saying numbers. What does that mean? A Nigerian was unalived on the streets in Italy and nothing happened. The ambassador of Nigeria in Italy did nothing about it. But you can't try that to an American, because one of the things they enjoy as Americans is security. Now, we are a one. It's meant to be a number that vibrates the frequency of security, but it is challenged. The expression is challenged, so that's why you see insecurity. When it comes to the territorial system, when it comes to geography, and when it comes to personality, you as an individual. That's why you see a lot of Nigerians, you travel out, you see a white person, you want to start kissing their ass and worshiping them like they're some god, because you have insecurity. That's what is affecting you. That's what is affecting you. The energy, that's how they want it to be. That's how they want it to be. And then they tell you 1st of October, because now you see the day of birth. Now there is issue with the day of birth is already challenged. So the day, if it's a human being, if it's personal numerology, you can't change your day of birth. You can't change your life path. But when it comes to a business or a country, an institution, you can change that day of birth. So the first thing the government is meant to do is stop Independence Day celebration. Cancel it. Choose a day. Let there be a consensus. The way China did. They came together and said, let us choose a day as our national day. That is what we are meant to do. That is what we are meant to do. Now, let's go to the life path of Nigeria. What is the life path? Why do you think a lot of Nigerians, even as gifted as you are battling self-doubt? I schooled outside Nigeria. I can tell you how the Nigerians in my class, the way they always feel intimidated around people of other nationalities. Because they know that if anything happens to them, there is no security. There is no security. So you now as an individual, you must know this, so you can find security within yourself. That's what you are meant to do as an individual. And then to the government, they are meant to cancel 1st October 1960, because nobody gave you independence from anything. They are simply telling you they own you, and you reinforce their ownership every year. You even spend money to reinforce their ownership every year. Meanwhile, your ancestors are some of the greatest people in history. The Igbo ancestors, the Yoruba ancestors, the Hausa ancestors. Look at the Queen Amina story. Look at the Ibibios. Look at the Igbiras. Look at the Galas. Look at the Benin Kingdom. Right. But you want to reinforce the slave tyrants and the hold they have on you. Now, a lot of people already the Oyo Empire, they already know it. The 1960, which is 9. So you look at the life path of Nigeria. What is the purpose of Nigeria? So they chose a life path 9 for Nigeria. Now, 9 is a number that a lot of people even avoid it. Because listen, if you don't understand 9, you are meant to avoid it. A lot of people avoid it because it's a very complicated, complex energy. Because a 9 that is not understood is destructive. So the challenging expression of a 9 is destruction. It destroys everything. Nine is so strong and powerful that the Chaldean priests in the 4th century, they refused to mention it. So you study 9 before you apply it. Microsoft moved from Windows 8 to 10. They omitted 9. They know why they did it. Thank you. A Nazi serial rapper, Von, was a 9. Stalin of Russia was a 9. A 9 that is not understood is destructive. That's what it is. They want us to solve puzzle. Let's solve their puzzle. How is the audio, guys? A 9 that is not understood, that you don't understand it, is destructive. It's destructive. So complicated numbers. They chose complicated numbers that would take another level of understanding and open-mindedness. Because diversity that is not understood is misplacement of your energy resource, and then you create chaos with it. Thank you, guys. See, what I'm trying to do tonight, I'm trying to help you realize that the Igbo man is not your problem. The Yoruba man is not your problem. The Hausa man is not your problem. It is the owners of Nigeria that are your problem. They know what they did. And you cannot allow them to be having a feast in your life, in your head, in your space. No, they can't have a feast in my life. Nobody, no celebrity, no religious leader, no politician have a space in my life. No. I don't see any of them as a savior. I don't need any of them to transform anything in my life. I know who they are, that they are evil people. iPhone moved from 8 to X. They omitted the 9. They were silent on the 9 because leave it. So you don't apply it and start seeing chaos in your life. So, and we now carry that life path 9. We carry that life path 9. And now let's go to the destiny expression of Nigeria. There are some things I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait until the International Conscious Conference. I want to have a 2 hours talk on the numerology of Nigeria. I know this country. I have studied this country like the back of my hand. What many people don't know about me is that I was a card-carrying PDP member. Let me just say that today so you know. So when I'm talking to some people, I'm like, what do you even know about politics? We had an NGO that was the first organization to call President Goodluck Jonathan to come and recontest. I was close to government under Goodluck. So somebody cannot be in their room and be telling me about the political trajectory of Nigeria. No, I know it like the back of my hand. I have studied it, and I know that. No, and I told myself, and I destroyed my card. And I said, I don't want to be part of this politics. It's no. A lot of people don't know what they are dealing with. That's why they are still emotional. That's why they are still given to sentiment. That's why you think that your individualized principle and solution will have any impact in the ecosystem of Nigeria. No, it will not. International Conscious Conference starts on the 8th to the 12th. Virtual session 8th and 9th. Physical session 10th and 11th. And the 12th of August is my birthday, where we're going for a community service. We'll speak more about that later. Now let's look at the destiny. Now, China is also a day of birth one. I hope you know that. China is a day of birth one. October 1, 1947. But China was named by their own people. China was named by their own people. It was not a stranger that named them. So they named their nation and said, no, this is what we want, with a vision. So there was no selfish interest. They were not named by strangers, by usurpers and tyrants and violators and invaders. It wasn't invaders that named them. No. But we want to stick to that memo. We must stick to it. That's how God wants it. God has created Nigeria, and Nigeria, this kind of talk. And then the destiny expression. Look at China. Destiny expression of China is 5. Right? So China in the 70s and the 80s, right? Their people were in abject poverty. You know what China did? One of the things China did, they closed down their borders because they wanted to generate power from within. They wanted to generate everything that will make them great from within. And we don't want any outside forces. So they shut down their borders. They closed their borders and they suffered. But they adapted to that change because their expression is a 5. That's what it is. Yes. Look at China. China is 5. C here is 3. H is 8. I is 9. N is 5. A is 1. 3 plus 8, 11. 11 plus 9, 20. 20 plus 5, 20. 20 plus 5, 25. 25 plus 1, sorry, 8. It is their life path that is 5. Thank you. China's life path is 5. Right? Yes, China's life path number is 5. Adaptability to change. They adapted to the change. They shut down their borders and they adapted to the change. And look at where China is today. The technology in China, when you go to China, you will notice that China is more advanced than the US, technology-wise. They don't even use the social media applications that you use. How many Nigerians can adapt to that change? If they tell you now that no more WhatsApp, people will act like they are going to die. Because there is no adaptability to change in your readings. But China adapted to that change because their life path is a 5. Now, their expression is an 8. Power, right? Prosperity. So you see, you understand that these guys understood what they were doing. They chose a leadership number. They chose a power manifestation number. And then they chose a number that can adapt to the change. We must have a consensus in Nigeria, not a politicized consensus. A consensus by people with sense. If not, nothing is going to change. Quote me anywhere. And then you look at Nigeria's day of birth 1, life path 9. Come on, how can you even see people who have these kind of numbers? 1 extreme end. At each extreme end, you would notice that they usually face difficulties because to even balance it is usually very difficult, especially in a society with so much diversity. Society with so much diversity. It's impossible. It's impossible. Now, let's go further. Nigeria's destiny expression is 4 when you calculate it, right? If I'm not mistaken. N here is 5 plus I 9 plus G 7, right? Plus E, see, 9, G, Ria. N5, I9, G7, E5, R9, 9, I, 9, A1. Illuminate, have you calculated it? Nigeria's destiny expression is 4. I want someone to calculate it and tell us. Nigeria's destiny expression is 4. I know that it is 4. Yeah. So now look at the problem here. You have a 1 day of birth energy. You have a 9 life path energy. Then you now have a 4. Come on, man. One of the most difficult complex numbers as expression is 4. Which, if it is energetically aligned, is meant to be a law-abiding, orderly number. Right? But there is none of those energetically aligned characteristics are showing in Nigeria. It is this challenging expression. Because you can't have a challenge 1, a challenge 9. The reason why those numbers are challenged is because of your 4. Because when a 4 is not expressing at its highest, it will get stuck, right? Rigid behavior and stubbornness. So you see that now. Because, see, 4 is meant to fit into a lawful, orderly system. Because if you don't fit into a lawful, orderly system, you're going to have the challenging expression of this 1 and this 9. And that's you see, Nigerians can work so hard, but they don't have anything to show for it. Because it is challenged. It's an imposter expression. So you say Nigerians travel out of Nigeria and they are the hardest worker in that place, wherever they are, right? But because the ecosystem that bears that name itself, Nigeria's, no. Is it 9? Which one is, wait, which one is, okay, so let's do this now. Yeah. How can you get 9 for Nigeria? Nigeria. If it's 9, then that's why there is more problem. Because it's not even meant to be 9. Nigeria 5, 9, 7, 5, 9, 9, 1. 5 plus 9. 14 plus 7. 21 plus 5. 26 plus 9. 35. 35 plus 9. 44. 44 plus 1. There is problem. So now you see now that I was even that it was 4. So you have 9 as life path, which is challenged. Then you now have 9 again. Oh, come on, man. You now have 9 as your expression. Because the fact that I even saw 9 as life path alone, well, no wonder. And then I was probably trying to just avoid that 9 again as destiny expression. So I didn't even know how problematic the Nigerian chart is, because this is a problematic chart. So now you are beginning to see the extreme situation in Nigeria. You can see the extreme situation. How that, because 9 is dominant. Yeah. So when 9 is not balanced, right, it destroys anything in its face. It destroys anything that it encounters when it is not balanced. You people are confusing me. This lady is saying that it is 40, so it is 4. Somebody say it's 9, somebody say it's 4. I don't want it to be 9. I don't want it to be 9. Five plus 9, 14. 14 plus 7. 14 plus 7. 21. 21 plus 5. 26 plus 9. 26 plus what? Yeah, 35 plus 9. 35 plus 9 is 40. 44 plus 1. 45. So my sister, it is 9. Let's just accept our 9 like that. Even niners around you, listen, even niners, many people, let me tell you, most of the nines I know, a lot of people around them, they hate them. If a lot of people, if you carried 9, you know what I'm saying. Especially, walaikum salam, my brother, especially if you are a niner that has not been able to strike the balance in your life. You go to a place and it's too, your expression is too, why do you think South Africans are trying to drive Nigerians away? Because your presence is intimidating. Right? And when it is now challenged, you take everything to the extreme. You take it to the extreme. So, and as long as you are under that territory, the energy of that territory, somehow it has impact in you. It impacts you in a lot of ways, guys. Now let me show you something. Let's look at, guys, together now, let's look at the soul urge of Nigeria. The soul, what is, because like I said, at the national level, as an individual, under the umbrella of the idea called Nigeria. Thank you so much, Ricky. Right? The impact of that, the energy of that territory will have an impact on you. So now, what is the soul urge of Nigeria? Now, you all can see that we are discovering the numbers and figuring out why there is calamity and there is problem somewhere. Now, what is the soul urge of Nigeria? So you can understand, okay, is 6 because I is 9, E is 5, I is 9, and A is 1, and that is 6, yes. So now, what does 6 stand for? So soul urge number 6 is the desire. David Chooks. Someone said I look young. Really, I look young. I'm 44 this month. So I'm not really that young. I'm 44 on the... Someone said I'm in my 50s. Someone said I look younger today, probably because of what I'm wearing. But I don't go out like this to places. I wear my... Before one small boy will go and say, "Hey, come here." Soul urge number 6, you all know that there is your desire for harmony and beauty, to nurture and to care. Have you noticed? Let me tell you something, guys, so you can understand. That energy is having a lot of impact on us, right? So listen, people will tell you that Nigerians are the most hospitable people. I hope you know that. Forget all this propaganda that they are pushing. Nigerians are the most hospitable people. We are very, very hospitable. See, it is only in I have lived abroad, I have schooled abroad, I have worked abroad. It is only in Nigeria that you can call a friend and say, guy, I beg. At the age, if you send me 100K, and he will send you 100,000 naira. Best friends outside Nigeria, even if you are dying, you can't ask your friend, because if your friends will even give you $1, is a problem. Because listen. When I traveled and I started studying abroad, the first time I went out with my classmate to a restaurant, when it was time to pay, I wanted to pay for everybody. Everybody said, no. Everybody paid. That was my first time I realized, so I can't pay for my friends. They're like, no. So they sent a message to me. So since that day, if I go out with them, I go with my money. But it is in Nigeria that you see friends come to your house or you go out together and one person is paying for everybody without complaining, because the sole desire of a Nigerian is for harmony, beauty, nurturing, caring. That is who we are based on the energy of this territory. 6. So you see, and that's why Nigerians are easily used. And because that soul urge number 6 favors the colonialists. He's favoring the rest of the world, not us. Not us. He's favoring the rest of the world. He's not favoring us. And then now let's go to the personality number. I leave it to you. Calculate the personality number of Nigeria. The personality number of Nigeria. You see, celebrities from abroad, they come to Nigeria and then see, I'm telling you this. I used to work for UNICEF. I used to be in charge of helping them arrange for their staff, whatever, in Abuja, to get them apartments and all that for UNICEF, for Belgium Embassy, American Embassy. I used to do a lot of that for them, so I know a lot of them. Many of them, they come to Nigeria. They finish their contract after 1 year. They say, no, they want to renew. They don't want to leave now. They want to renew. Some of them, they actually paid off their mortgage while they were in Nigeria, because they figured that these people are so hospitable, they are usable. Come on, man. So we are challenged in our day of birth, identity. We are challenged in our life path. We are challenged in our destiny expression, but our soul urge, we yearn to be used. Come and use us. So the nurturing and caring that is meant to favor us as a people, it favors other people. Now, the personality number of Nigeria, what is it? It's 3, right? So you see, a Nigerian goes to a place and the first thing people feel, this person is so creative. This person is creative as a 3 personality. They yearn for harmony, for partnership. They yearn for belonging as a soul urge, so we can use them. We can use them. We can use them. So the understanding of this, what does it tell you? Now you by yourself, you are going to start vibrating the authentic energy of these numbers as a citizen of Nigeria, because you carry the energy of Nigeria in you. It is an idea, but you carry that energy already. So you either allow yourself to vibrate the energy of an insecure person as a 1, or you vibrate the energy of a confident, secure person that nobody can look down on you. When you are in the Committee of Nations, you go to a place outside Nigeria, you are not trying to worship white people. And then as a life partner, you know that you are balanced. You are present and balanced. You are not destructive. You are not my wish must be everybody's command, to the point where you are so close-minded. See, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we are battling with our diversity. The open-mindedness and intelligence needed to manage the diverse nature of the idea called Nigeria is lacking. And I don't know if it is achievable because the diversity is too enormous. Of thousands of languages, thousands of ethnicities, right? Even in Benue State, people from the same state, they can't marry themselves because this person is Idoma, this person is you can your parents will disown you if you marry that person in the same states. Kogi State, even in Kogi State, Igbira cannot marry Igala. Your parents can disown you. So you see, there is that nine energy of, close-mindedness, domineering. No, I must be the one. It is our wish. We are the best in this state, even though we are all from the same state. We have a lot of similarities, but we are superior to you. Religious bigotry, ethnic bigotry. These are the negative side of the nine that you are seeing. And that's why the open-mindedness and intelligence needed to manage the diverse nature of the idea called Nigeria is lacking. Is it achievable? I don't know. So people can push political correctness with their might and strength, but the truth is the truth. Until we look into these things, nothing is going to change. Because listen, what makes a nation a nation? A lot of people will say, what about America? America is diverse and it is working. Let me just clarify you that the invaders of America, who are the owners, the current owners of America, they are Europeans. They have a common culture. Please. They don't have any diversity. They have a common goal and a common culture. They are naturalized people with a common culture. Right? Yes, exactly. It's the energy of completion. We can focus on, that's what I'm saying, at an individual level now. That's why I said focus on vibrating that energy, the authenticity of that energy at an individual level. And probably if many of us can focus on vibrating that energy, there will be a change. But the government itself must do something about, we must rewrite the story. Because for you to manage such level of diversity, you need a level of open-mindedness and intelligence that is required for such energy. Because listen, when people say America is diverse and it is working, no, it is the people who own America, the owners of America. They are Europeans, common culture, right? So they push that rhetoric and they determine how America is. They own the president. You think the American presidents are the ones running the country? No. Why do you think the Democrats and Republicans, they hate themselves? They disagree over everything except Israel. When it comes to Israel, they agree. They agree when it comes to Israel. Democrats and Republicans, they agree. But they act like they are sworn enemies. In order, the most important matters, protecting children from perverts. No, they don't. The Democrats want to destroy children. But Republicans are saying no. They don't disagree in that. But when it comes to Israel, they agree. Because the owners of Israel are also Europeans. The current owners, the invaders, they are Europeans. And that's why you think that they accommodate diversity. No. They own, the owners, they own everything. The people you see there are puppets. They own the Federal Reserve. Yes. They own most of the real estate. Yes. They own the currency. They own everything. And they are all the same people. So if diversity is complex in a more advanced society, how is it achievable in a society where orientation is zero? Now, how do you integrate this into your own life? How do you integrate this into your own life? First and foremost, you must understand these numbers. And you must ensure that as a person within the territory of the idea called Nigeria, you are intentional about not acting like the oppressors. You see the protests currently now, they are destroying things. They are now seeing the opportunity to rob people. So you see, now the oppressed are now acting like the oppressors. Because listen, the oppressed and the oppressors are both in the same school of ignorance. It sounds very harsh to people when you say this, but this is a universal principle. The oppressed and the oppressors are in the same school of thought. They are in the same school of ignorance. The only reason why the oppressor is relevant is because somebody is feeling oppressed. If you want to get the numbers, get my book. Click the link in the bio and get my book. I don't feel oppressed by anybody. Nobody is oppressing me. So there there is no oppressive system. It is non-existent in my life because I don't feel oppressed by anybody. Politician, pastor, imam, whoever. I don't feel oppressed. I don't see anybody as this person is oppressing me. So an oppressor does not exist in my life. So I am not living in that school of ignorance. Because it is when you accept the presence of the oppressor. That's when you feed the energy of the oppressor. That's when you feed the energy of the oppressor. But when you starve that's a consciousness of, oh, these people are oppressing me, then the oppressor ceases to exist in your life. Because the oppressor is a person that abuses their power. And let me tell you something. The reason the oppressor is relevant is because you made them so. You have put people on pedestals they don't belong in your life just because they have fame and power and money. Celebrate people, but don't ever place people on a pedestal they don't belong because they are going to oppress you. See, stop giving people undue respect. Give people the rest. I don't give people the respect that is not due them. And I've seen this happen in a lot of people. Someone complained to me how somebody was treating her with so much disrespect. I said, I was warning you that time that you are respecting this guy too much. The moment you give an average person too much respect, they don't see you as a respectful person. They start seeing themselves as superior to you. That for this person to be worshiping, I must be so, and that's what you are doing to your politicians. I will not say because the politician entered this place, I will now be standing up and be doing like some. No. Enter, sit down. You are a politician, and so what? So you cannot oppress me because you are irrelevant in my space. You are feeding the ego of your politicians, and that's why they think they can rule over you. You are feeding the ego. You have made your entertainers and celebrities rich. And when you correct them on social media, they turn back and tell you, you broke ass. And they still have their career. If an American celebrity call any of their fans broke ass, they would no longer have a career. But it is easy to oppress people in Nigeria because many people have an oppressive mentality already. And that's why they celebrate their oppressors. Nigerians celebrate their oppressors. You are talking about revolution, but many of you would defend a pastor that owns universities and private jets, that he got some of them on the back of the people's money because he has not told us something else that he did to get that kind of money. And then when they talk, he starts saying, Lily, talk not the anointed. You people just want to bring down the church. You just want to bring down the mosque. You just don't like religion. You are defending them because you have an oppressive mindset. That's what you have. You have an oppressive. So you make excuses for your oppressors. And it boils down to the energy that you have allowed, the challenging expression of the energetic field of the idea called Nigeria. That's what you are going through. So now you see people as untouchable. They should not talk about this person because you have sentimental attachments to them. They should not question your pastors and your imams and the politicians you like. Enablers. Yes, Nigerians are enablers of oppression. That's what it is. I was telling someone one day, I said, you know why I don't want to be involved in politics or any of these things? Because I have noticed that in Nigeria, you can commit a genocide. And all you have to do is during election, just be on the side of some people. They will forgive your genocidal acts. They will act like, they will even say, and so what, and so what, and so what, just because of partisanship politics, just because of ethnic bigotry. They will forgive someone that committed a genocide. Nigerians can go to that extreme. They will go to that. They will forgive somebody who has murdered and destroyed lives just because now he's on their side politically. They will forgive that person and act like he never. There is a pastor here who has been accused by over 20 women several times for gross misconduct. But just because he joined your side during a campaign, and those girls, one of them talked and said the girl should shut up. Shut up, Darry, because he's on your partisanship brings out the evil in you. Just know that. Any human being who is partisan, that person is already in hell. That's what the person is. And this domineering, misappropriated energy is the reason why a lot of people are acting the way they. That's why they are reactive, not responsive. They are not responding, they are only reacting. That's what's happening to a lot of people. Now, we're going to go to, this is a weekend of free numerology masterclass, but I wanted to start because of what is happening in the country at the moment. I wanted to start from here so that you can understand better, right, why the things that are happening are happening. I'm going to speak extensively on this at the International Conscious Conference. We'll delve deeper into that. Because, see, there are many things that we will not say now. Because he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. He who knows when to fight and when to shoot his sword will be victorious eventually. So I am in the business of advancing consciousness. I'm in that business. My protest is against ignorance. Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Now, let's go to you as an individual. We're going to start from your personal numerology tonight because there are many people who still don't know how to read their numbers. Thank you so much, Rookie. So we'll start with that tonight and then we'll continue tomorrow and finish on Sunday. Right? How many of you here, you know your 5 most important numbers? Type in the comment section. If you know your 5 most important numbers, type in the comment section. Your 5 most important numbers. Thank you, Rookie. How many of you here, you know your 5 most important numbers? Okay. Vaughn, I thought you said you didn't know. Okay. 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 Wow, this is good. Yeah, this is good. On Facebook, how many of you on Facebook, you know your 5 most important numbers? Your 5 most important numbers are your day of birth, your life path, your destiny number, your soul urge, and your personality number. So if you know all that, type. Okay, now, if you are here and you don't know your 5 most important numbers, or you just know a few of them, you don't know all the 5, type, I don't know. Madam Fumitani. Thank you. You joined on Facebook. Awesome. If you don't know your 5 most important numbers, yeah. Okay, so then let's start. So today we're going to do your day of birth number and your life path number. And then tomorrow we move to your soul urge, personality number, and your destiny expression. And then on Sunday, we're going to wrap it up with 369 manifestation techniques as we prepare for International Conscious Conference. Now, your day of the first number on your 5 most important numbers. Now, there are other numbers: attitude number, maturity number, karmic number, soul stress number. But there are 5 most important. You know why there are 5 most important numbers? Because the universe, the shape of the universe, has 5 points. So this is the shape of the universe now. You can go and do your own research about it. This is the shape of the universe. Everything is in the pyramid and everything is in the cube, right? But it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as a human being, you also have 5 points. I hope you know, as a human being. So this is the macrocosmic universe. Macrocosmic. The universe outside you, which you are a reflection of. You get that? Thank you so much. Yeah, like a prison. So now, you are now, because see, this is you now, a human being, right? This is the microcosmic universe. The law of correspondence: as above, so below, as within, so without, as it is in heaven, let it be on earth. As it is on earth, so it is already in heaven. So the macro, everything you see at the macro level is what is going on at the micro level. So everything you see outside you is what is going on inside you. It's as simple as that. Your manifested realities are the mirror that reflects. I said the mirror is one-sided. Oh, okay. Your manifested realities is the mirror that reflects what is going on inside you. How is my audio? Is it still good? Someone said they can't see the board. How? Okay. Because tonight I want everybody to get it. So that, because this is a very significant, season. The Lion's Gate portal. The Lion's Gate portal. So they can see. And this is why you have your 5 most important numbers. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you want to lead a great life, you must understand your outer is a reflection of your inner being. Yes, exactly. You must understand sacred geometry. One of the research I want you to go and do is sacred geometry. Symbolism, esoteric symbolism. Esoteric symbolism. Symbols mean more than you think they mean. Symbols are also energy fields, shapes. That's why numbers are not just numbers. The same thing. One of the aspects of esotericism is symbolism. You must master symbolism. Now, when they want to explain anything for you to understand, they want to draw the design of something for the future or something that has happened that they want to explain. They use symbols. Now, you must master how to put everything about your life either in a pyramid or in a square. These 2 symbols, they are the most basic of symbolism that you can use to power your life. This is why whenever I want to do something, I build a pyramid for it. So you see, because this is the shape of the macro universe, and this is your own shape too. See here. You are a pyramid and you are a square. You are a pyramid and you are a square. So you see how we are playing with sacred geometry here now. So spirituality deals with you becoming traditional enough to use your hand. As you must be an architect, a drawer, a designer, an artist. You must be that. The moment you are able to draw a pyramid for your relationship, a pyramid for your business, a pyramid for your daily routine, you begin to understand your life better. And you stay in that pyramid. The moment you begin to draw a square, there is something in the manifestation technique that we call the four square of your desire. It brings clarity. Symbolism brings clarity into your life. Symbolism brings clarity into your life. My relationships are divided into three different categories. I have people who are outside the pyramid of my relationship. They are outside the pyramid. If they are going to get into the pyramid, I don't know, but they are out for now. They are outside the pyramid. There are people who are at the base of the pyramid who are the comrades. These are the people who, and this is based on numbers. I built this pyramid based on numerology compatibility. And I've seen it 95% of the time effective in my life. If me and somebody just connect, there is a reason. If I start having sentimental attachment towards a person, like I just want to give them some preferential treatment, there must be a reason. There is a number compatibility game going on there. Right? So there are people who are completely outside my pyramid. Now, there are people who should be outside your pyramid of relationship, outside your pyramid of spirituality, outside your pyramid of social engagement. They are outside the pyramid. If they are going to enter that pyramid, you don't know. In most cases, as a spiritual person, you get to a point in your life where when you meet people, you already know where they are going to be in your pyramid. You don't need 2 days to know that. You don't need 5 years to know people. Knowing people is not rocket science. When there is consciousness, we're going to go there. Consciousness. When you have consciousness and you elevate your consciousness, you meet people, and by your energy mastery, you already know this person, me and this person will go far. Oh, this person is going to be a troublemaker. Place them somewhere so nobody disappoints you, because people will always be who they are. Trust people to be themselves. Trust the fact that you know them well. A thief will steal from you. A cheat will cheat you. A liar will lie to you. A disloyal person will be disloyal to you. Stop making excuses for them. And this is always better when you are energetically aligned and you have gained mastery and you have consciousness that you can know them from the beginning, so you know where to place them in the pyramid. And then after the comrades, in the middle, I have the constituents. These are the people the comrades are the people who we hate the same things together. We are united by our common hatred for something. You see, the Pharisees and the Sadducees in the Bible, these were sects, religious sects. They didn't like themselves. But the moment they had a common enemy who was Jesus, they came together. So there are people who are with you. They are not with you because they like you. They are with you because you don't like the same thing. Please always know this. They are with you because you both don't like the same things. That's why they are with you. Before you go and make a comrade a confidant and you start sharing deep secrets with somebody who is the day you stop disliking what they dislike, they become your enemy. It's like politics, for instance. That's why they say in politics, there is no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. Saraki had his mother's burial last week. All the politicians you want to kill yourselves over, they came together at the party. So you are the one killing yourselves over politics. You are the one. Those are the comrades. The day you now start saying, I don't like Peter Obi again, now I like Tinubu, they can end their 20 years relationship with you. The day you start saying, I don't like this Tinubu again, I now like Peter Obi, they will destroy relationship that you have built together for 20 years because they never liked you for who you are. They liked you because you dislike the same thing. That's it. That's what it is. You must know these people in your life and you must put them where they belong in the pyramid. One of the symbols that is most effective for relationship is the pyramid. Everything is in the pyramid, right? We're going to get to a point where we'll do relationship compatibility, relationship and numerology compatibility. You're going to understand why a lot of you are in a mess relationship-wise. You're going to understand that. And then at the apex of that pyramid, you have your confidants. Your constituents in the middle are the people who are with you because of the idea of you. The idea of you. That's why they are with you. They are with you because of the idea of you. So you understand that. So now, one of the things you are going to do when you leave this place tonight, because see, we are in the season of manifestation. Many people, the reason why you are not manifesting, you know why? You have made comrades your confidants. People who are with you because you dislike the same thing, not because they like you for who you are. And they are hindering your manifestation. Ambassador, welcome. And the constituents are the people who like you because of the idea of you. There are many people right now. This is your love story. The person you are with is with you because of the idea of you. See, people go into relationship because of the idea of the person. Then when they now discover the real person, kasala go burst. There is a way you make me feel. People fall in love with the idea of a person. They don't even know the person yet. That's why the idea of love at first sight is the biggest scam ever. What you have is attraction at first sight. That's what you have. And if you are someone who is an energy master, yeah, you can connect with a person at the energy level the first time you meet them. Love, you choose who to love. Love doesn't just happen by accident. You have watched too many Hollywood movies, so it is messing with your head. So you want to replicate a Hollywood story that happened in a movie. It is a movie. How Celine Dion was singing, "Oh, my heart will go on." You're imagining yourself, the guy wants to rescue you, and so that he can die, and then you can stay alive. All those things have messed. They have used television to tell you lie vision. That's what they have done. And that's why the marriage of the Caucasians is powered by their feelings. Oh, I want to divorce. I want a divorce. Why? I don't love you again. I don't love you again. Because for them, it is based on just feelings. See, the only time it is wrong for you to, in the school of manifestation, feelings matter. But when it comes to relationship, your feelings will mislead you. Your feelings will mislead you. So it's more than just feeling because of the idea of the person. See, a person can put out an idea, but if you are not discerning, you don't understand energy mastery, they will deceive you with the idea of who they are. That's what they're going to do. I have someone who, him and his wife, the way they fight, you can imagine people with so much money in an estate, fine house, fine cars. But when they start fighting like this, they come to their balcony, the kind of things they say to themselves. And I asked the guy, One day I couldn't hold it. I had to go and meet them. And I asked the guy, tell me how you guys met. And he said, that they had 4 major quarrel before they got married. And it was heated. And then even during the planning of the wedding, that he spent 30 million on his wedding. 30 million on his wedding. And throughout that planning, it was hell for him because his wife fought him throughout that period. And the wife was there. She didn't say anything when this guy was talking. So it wasn't like he was lying against her. It can also happen, on the other side. And he said the day of the wedding, his family that came, they did not eat. His parents did not eat. And he went to his wife and said, my family did not eat. What happened? And the wife just got upset. He said he begged his wife for 3 days. I just kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I just said, you guys should just find a way to figure, because, this is an estate, beautiful place. The other neighbors are laughing at you if you don't know. They just don't want to come. They pretend like they don't hear you guys, but they are just. But when I got home, I told myself, I said, wow, you had 4 heated arguments with a person. Yeah? But he started telling me about how the girl made him feel. I just saw her as this girl, all that. So if he liked the idea of who she is, and he was carried away by that he did not focus on the main thing. 4 heated arguments with you, and you still went ahead. The way they behave during those arguments, that is who they are. Forget about all those things. That is. So can you stand that person? Now you know you couldn't stand. Now you can't stand it again. So why did you go ahead? Especially as a man, if you know that you are also fire, like someone like me, for instance, even if I have set wedding date with you, and we have a disagreement, and you turn it to, because I don't know how to allow anybody to override me during an argument. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I will tell you what I am meant to tell you. So, but if I notice that, but I will tell you in a way that other people don't have to. But the moment you start shouting all over the place, I will cancel that wedding. Because that is a proof that you are about to enter a chaotic marriage. But the idea of the person, constituency mentality, the idea of the person, the idea. A lot of people fall in love with the idea of the person. So when you talk about relationship and numerology compatibility, it's not just about those numbers. There are people who are not, they have shadows that they need to work on. So when people ask me questions like, me and this person, are we compatible number-wise? It's beyond that. Because there are people who have numbers that are compatible with yours. Their astrology is compatible with yours, but they have shadows that they need to deal with. And you also have your own shadow you are working on. So you don't go and bring somebody whose shadow is just as thick as yours. They have not integrated their own shadow. You have not integrated yours. There's going to be calamity. People can pretend for a while, like, let me just, now I am not going to fight him again. It's only 3 months. Then you will start seeing the fire again. But when you build the pyramid, and then you understand energy mastery, then you will know that it's not just about somebody's idea. When they got angry, what was their frequency of anger? Come on, man. What was their frequency? What were the things they said in their anger? Are they already playing the victim? You were both having disagreements. You said stuff to each other, but they now start playing the victim. That's a frequency of victimhood. Come on, guys, man. But until you start learning how to build pyramids for the important areas of your life, you don't know where to place people. And then the confidence are the people who are with you because of who you are, not because of anything. They are the people who, if you lose everything today, they will stay with you. In the mountain, they will stay with you. If you go down into the valley, they will go to that valley and still be with you. And they will not dishonor you. Those are your confidence. So these are the 3 categories. Now, in the square, you use the square for productivity. So you can concentrate your energy resource. So I'm telling you now, because the universe, the macro universe is a pyramid and a square. It's 5 points. The micro universe, you are also a pyramid and a square. So you must learn how to use this sacred geometry to build the life that you want, right? That's why you have 5 most important numbers. If you master those 5 most important numbers, you have streamlined your confusion in life. For instance, when it comes to manifestation, there is no way you're going to build your first square of desire and you still be confused about, because some people, they don't even know what they want because they want too many things. You ask them, what do you want to manifest? I want to manifest a car, a house, a phone, a wristwatch, a jewelry. You are talking about money now. That's money. So just focus on manifesting money, and then you can get all those things. And then under the square, you can now have specifications. I'm so thankful that I have my 100 million naira. And then what's the kind of car I'm going to buy? I'm going to buy a Mercedes-Benz GLE, so. It helps you to concentrate your energy resource, to conserve your power base. That's what it helps you to do. That's why you have 5 most important numbers. Now, before we proceed again, let me also do this for you. Let me also tell you this. You must have this understanding when it comes to esotericism. You must have it. You must have it. And this is also a pyramid. It's a pyramid. This is it. This is a pyramid. It's also a pyramid. Now, on this pyramid, it is assumed that whatever is on the left is the negative. What is on the right, is the positive. And what is at the apex is the main thing, consciousness. What many people are still struggling with is consciousness. They don't have consciousness. They don't have consciousness. They don't have consciousness. Consciousness is higher than awareness. Awareness is a part of consciousness, but consciousness is a higher dimension. Consciousness is of a higher dimension. That's what it is. Consciousness is of a higher dimension. Now, I've spoken about consciousness several times. Is there anybody here that can define what consciousness is for us? What is consciousness? Luminate, are you there? Okay, now, Charles, what is consciousness? Do you want to come up and say it? Pastor Sandra. Charles, send an invite so I can bring you up. What is consciousness? It is consciousness that differentiates, thank you, ability to perceive, to interpret. It's the ability to perceive. It is you are connected to your inner technology, so you have perception. And this is the place of this is why your human institution is very important. This is the importance of ritual birth. People don't even know. People think ritual birth is just ritual birth because your human institution is the passage of the operations of your soul. So if you are going to perceive, sometimes you're going to perceive through your nose, through your eyes, bodily sensations. So consciousness, one second, guys. Hmm? I should send him invites. I am sending him invites. Vintex, send me an invite. I want you to come and talk about consciousness. I can't see you. It is the ability. Okay, let's just go ahead because of time. It is the ability to perceive. I'm not Facebook people. Let me look at Facebook people a bit. Consciousness is the ability to perceive. You can perceive. Perception. We all look but see differently. Perception is the key. So myself and you can be looking at the same thing, and I can see what is not visible to the physical eyes. The ability to hear what someone is not saying. They are talking to you. There are things they are not saying, but you can hear what they are not saying. You are steps ahead because you have consciousness. The ability to perceive, to recognize, and to interpret patterns. The ability to, one, perceive. That's one. The ability to perceive. You hear what is not said. You see what is not shown. And you feel what they are not, manifesting. Instinct can also be in that category. The ability to perceive, then to recognize. That's what consciousness is. To recognize. And this is divided into three different categories. There is the conscious consciousness. There is the subconscious consciousness. And there is a superconscious consciousness. The ability to perceive, to recognize what they are trying to hide from you. This will help you to avoid unforeseen circumstances and problems for yourself. A lot of people, they are so unconscious that even when somebody has shown you who they are, you still want to make excuses like, maybe it's their mood that time. They have shown you who they are. So now you are meant to ask, even if you're going to be with a person, you should accept what they have shown you. I can manage this. But you deny it, and then you still marry them. You deny it, and then you still go into business with them. Then when they now start showing you the different layers of what they have shown you before, you now start crying. Because you denied. You are meant to perceive and then recognize, not deny. Yeah. And then you interpret. Perceive, recognize, the ability to perceive, to recognize, and to interpret patterns. Now, let's look at that. You are interpreting, you perceive, you recognize, and you interpret patterns. It is only consciousness that will help you break negative family patterns, because now you must first perceive that pattern. Everybody is seeing it, but nobody is perceiving it. Everybody is looking at it, but nobody is perceiving it. See, if you understand, a lot of people that are telling you about numerology, they don't tell you what it is. They just tell you about your numbers. And that's not enough. But if you understand this deeper dimension of this esoteric knowledge, energy, quantum energy, manipulation, everything that you did not acquire in the last 8 months, in the next 5 months of 2024, you are going to have everything. I am telling you the truth. All my goals for 2024. Today I wrote something on social media. People don't even know why I wrote it. 2025 was a greater year. You know why I wrote it? Everything I want for the year, I already have them. There's only one thing that is remaining: wife. And I have it. Yeah, everything. That's why today I said, I have wrapped up my year. Let me just add extra things. But on the things I want to manifest this year, I have manifested everything. The only thing remaining on what I wrote is wife. And I have it too. It's just the wedding that is meant to happen. So, on these universal principles, right? It doesn't mean I am special, please. Everything I'm saying, you can also know it and apply it. It's as simple as that. We all have access to this Akashic record. Because I have mastered how to perceive, how to recognize, how to interpret patterns. Ibro, please help me with water, please, my brother. Thank you. And meanings of events. A lot of people don't know that events have meanings. Meanings of events. The reason why a lot of manipulative people don't win around me is because I am always steps ahead of them. This is how to make sure you are steps ahead of manipulative people. Because if you don't know how to perceive, you don't recognize, you don't interpret patterns and meanings, you don't read meaning to everything. If you read meaning, you overthink, you overanalyze. Well, sorry, I do it because I'm conscious. My 3 levels, my pyramid of consciousness, the consciousness, the subconscious consciousness, and the superconscious consciousness, they are active. Now, you now see another pyramid I built for my life. So you see this now. This is superconscious consciousness. Then I have here subconscious consciousness. And I have here conscious consciousness. So you see, so you play around with it. You're an artist. So consciousness is the ability to perceive, recognize, and interpret patterns and meanings of events taking place within you and the world. What is the meaning of these ongoing protests? What is your perception about it? What are the patterns you recognize? What is your interpretation of the meaning of the events around you? If a person behaves a certain way, how do you recognize and perceive, recognize, and interpret the patterns in their behavior? Robert Greene said something. He said, people know what they are doing. In relationship, I always say something. I say, people don't change, they only adjust. So I always tell people, the way I am like this, that is who I am. Don't expect anything different. Yeah. I can make some compromises, but the way you are seeing me now, and that's the way I also treat people. Your reaction, the patterns in your reaction, and the meanings of the events that you create, that for me, that is who you are. That is who I'm dealing with. The ability to perceive, recognize, interpret patterns and meanings of events taking place first within you, and then around you. Can you perceive, can you recognize and interpret the negative patterns in your family? Because a lot of people don't see it as anything. It is when you start perceiving it, this thing is a pattern, I need to interpret it. I need to recognize the existence of this pattern and then interpret it. This is the real woke. This is what it means to be woke. You see what it means to be woke. So then, what do we have here? when consciousness is at the apex of your pyramid of the trinity of your existence. What is the trinity of your existence? Your trinity of your existence is your spirit, your soul, and your body. Your spirit, your soul, and your body. That is the trinity of your existence. So now, this is part of the trinity of your existence. When there is consciousness, then on the right here, what you have is energetic alignment. So it's not enough to have a number. Are you energetically aligned? Sorry, are you energetically aligned? Are you energetically aligned? That's another question. We started at 7.
Yes.
Wow. If there is no consciousness, what you are going to have is challenging expression, imposter syndrome. And a lot of people, the reason you are not manifesting is because your expression is challenged. Your challenging expression is also your shadow. The darkness in you that you are not able to integrate. You see, if you can comprehend the darkness in you, you will see the lights. So if you cannot understand your challenging expressions, then it means that you can't understand your shadow. And the biggest limitation to your manifestation is your shadow. Thank you for liking my hoodie. The biggest hindrance to your manifestation, the biggest stumbling block to becoming the most authentic version of yourself is your shadow, your challenging expression. This is a deeper topic on its own. It's all in the 18 Days Manifestation Marathon program. And we have a fantastic package. We have decided to redesign everything now. So we'll talk about it later. When there is no consciousness, there is energetic. When there is consciousness, what you have is energetic alignment. If there is no consciousness, what you have is challenging expression, because nature abhors vacuum. There are no middle ground. Everything has an equal opposite, the law of duality. So there's nothing like, oh, I don't have consciousness and I don't have anything. No. If you don't have consciousness, there is an energy you are going to vibrate. It is challenging expression. If you have consciousness, you are going to be energetically aligned with your number. So it's not enough to just find a numerologist. Give me my number, they give you your number. Are they going to explain this to you? But I am dedicated to your elevation. Someone said I should dash them my hoodie. I am dedicated to your elevation because, listen to me, guys, the peddlers of falsehood, the reason why they have a hold on people is because they show up every day and they have been showing up for centuries. So if we have something that can liberate people, we should also show up. We should also show up. Now, next thing. Let's go further, guys. Should I stop and continue tomorrow? Because this is a weekend. This is a weekend of manifestation. Should we continue from tomorrow? Please go on. Okay. Okay. So now, your day of birth number. That's the first number that we should continue tomorrow. Okay, you know what, guys? Let's stop here and continue tomorrow so that we can start with I needed to lay this foundation. And you know what? The first thing we did was we spoke about Nigeria, the numerology of Nigeria. So that took a lot of time because I wanted you to understand your place in the ecosystem of Nigeria. That was my goal, right? So now, We are now going to continue tomorrow with your day of birth number, your life path number. Tomorrow we'll deal with your day of birth number and your life path number. And then on Sunday, we'll deal with your soul urge, your destiny expression, soul urge, and personality numbers. I'm sure that even so, those of you who have been part of my classes, you experienced a different dimension. Yeah, we also talk about cleaning and rituals and power cycle and all that. Now, let me quickly invite you. Tomorrow is 7 p.m. So if you want to join tomorrow, just join at 7 p.m. Facebook, also 7 p.m. TikTok, 7 p.m. Let me quickly invite you to the International Conscious Conference. Now, we have a special announcement. Let me give you a special announcement. What we have done is, because we always make sure that we study the trajectory of what we are doing, and we are given to data. We collect data a lot. We collect data a lot. So from the data we have gathered, we figured that people always prefer to see me teach rather than them just have video of my teaching. Is that true? Would you prefer to have a video package of my teaching, or you want me to teach you and then you can then have the recording? You see? Because many times I'll tell people, go and watch the video. They say, no, I will attend your live session. So we have figured that people from the data we have gathered would rather have me teach than them just go and watch my video. They can have the video as data that they can always rewatch and own. How is my audio?
That's it.
Yeah, sorry guys. So they are going to have the teaching, but I'm also going to teach live. So then you know what we have done? Apart from the International Conscious Conference taking place next week, which of course the package involves the 18 days manifestation marathon videos that we had in May, June, comprising of 23 videos. And then the business numerology masterclass that happened in March, 18 videos, and all other benefits from that package. We are now going to add all the recorded sessions of the International Conscious Conference from the 8th to the 12th of August and add it to that package, right? But we're not stopping there now. Now, there is the last 18 days manifestation marathon that will take place in December. So those who have subscribed now, everybody who has subscribed to this current program, ICC 18 days manifestation video lectures, you are going to have the video, right? But it also means that you have already subscribed for the 18 days manifestation in December, which is a program that prepares you for 2025. What do you think about that? So for instance, someone like Madam Grace, you have already paid for December 18 days manifestation marathon. From now till December, it means that every program, every course, every offer that I'm doing now till December, it means that you have paid for it. So you are not paying anything again till 2025 for anything. And we're going to have some other events. But the major one is the 18 days manifestation marathon in December, which is going to take place from the 12th of December, from the 13th of December to the 31st of December. And it's going to be major. See, I'm already in 2025. What did I write today on social media? I said 2025 was a greater year. Because me, I'm already in 2025. So I want to teach you about the universal year 9. You know, last year, many people, they were not prepared. I want to prepare you for 2025. So that by April, May, June 2025, you have already accomplished your goals. So those who have paid, either you paid 195 or you paid, the people that you have already settled yourself for till December. And those who have not paid, it is 195,000 naira. Now, let me tell you the truth, guys. All these things that we have put together, they are worth as much as 2 million, 2.5 million. When you look at the package, it's worth that. I've told you this before. There are people that have paid me 1 million, 2 million for this. So I teach them at a personal level. They are on retainership. So you are going to now have this at just 195,000 naira. And let me tell you something. As soon as we finish the International Conscious Conference next week, as soon as we finish it next week, the price is going to go up. And as the event gets closer, the price goes up. The price goes up. So this is, if you want to subscribe to it, this is the best time to subscribe to it. The final price is by December is going to be 600,000 naira. Because I know that what this thing that we are putting together, some people will charge you 2 million naira for it. Ibro, please go ahead and read about the event and the benefits of. Read about the 18 days manifestation video lectures, the ICC benefits, and then we have now added. And listen, another thing, if you subscribe to this, it means that you can also invite your friends. Either virtually, you send them the link, or you attend physically. The December event is going to be, we're going to have a major event again. Apart from the 18 days manifestation marathon in December, the last day is going to be a physical event. So it means that you can come and invite your friends. So, Ibro, go ahead, please.
All right. The International Conscious Conference, the date is 8th to 12th of August 2024. The physical venue, Novara Central, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Virtual session is on Zoom and social media live stream.
The date, mention the date of the virtual and the physical.
Okay, the date of the virtual is 8th to 9th. The physical is 10th to 11th. And on the 12th is charity work. The International Conscious Conference is an annual event that focuses on consciousness, spirituality, and related topics. It aims to bring together individuals interested in these topics to share knowledge, insights, and experiences. The conference provides a platform for exploring various aspects of consciousness and spirituality through discussions, workshops, and presentations. This is the maiden edition, and we will bring the following to you: a total of 15 speakers/trainers such as Femi Jubal, Shinwa Ambassador, Femi Johnson, Dr. Iwowari, Fadila Majidadi, Colette Davidson, Abutu Ibrahim, and 8 other speakers. We have masterclasses, workshops, practical exercises, business networking, investments, press conference, music and art, brand showcasing, community service. We will have sessions on numerology, affirmation, spirituality, investments, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa cosmology, yoga, mental health, wellness, leadership, mindset, meditation, quantum energy, nature, branding, and sales, etc. There are 2 parts to this 5-day event. The free version. This grants you access to the affirmation and declaration class on the 8th. You get access to the Igbo and Yoruba cosmology. It grants you access to the sound frequency manifestation class. The premium version gives you access to all 18 days manifestation marathon video first.
Yeah.
It gives you access to all 18 days manifestation marathon video lectures and benefits, which includes the business numerology masterclass videos, family numerology, affirmation video and audio, free copy of Transform Your Life with Numbers, free 45 minutes accountability session with Femi Jubal. And then it grants you access to the live edition of the 18 days manifestation marathon in December, from the 13th of December to the 31st of December, live. So this means you are getting access to the recorded video first. And after that, in December, you are getting access to the live class. This payment also grants you access to the ICC premium master classes and workshops. It gives you full access to everything listed in the free version. You get brand visibility, lunch and dinner, access to all the recordings of the ICC classes. You are allowed to bring your friends and families for free. Access to the premium is 195,000 naira only. And when you pay, you can bring your friend, and your friends will get a discount of 50,000 naira on their payment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now, I'm also going to publish a book before the end of the year, and the book is titled Unlock Your Destiny. So it is in the book that it answers every question. I've been able to put together a list of the most asked questions: ritual bath, pinnacle cycle, name them. So I'm going to release that book before December. Now, the people who subscribe to this plan right now, that book is already free for them. So if you want to do that, it's 195,000 naira once again. As soon as we finish the International Conscious Conference next week, the price goes up. By December, it goes to 600,000 naira. So the earlier, the better. And I would like you to be part of it. You know, I do a lot of free things. But this is a premium package, and it's 195,000. So send a DM to us, or send a DM to TikTok, or the number on my bio. Tomorrow we're going to continue this manifestation weekend, and tomorrow from 7 p.m. we're going to have another session, which is totally free. Invite your friends, because tomorrow we are going to delve into the 5 most important numbers. Thank you so much, guys. Let's take some questions, because we can't take questions. Or should we? Anybody, do you have questions? We can take like 2 questions or thereabout. On Facebook or on TikTok, is there a question? Let's not just close without questions. Or when we finish on Sunday, we can put all the questions together and then ask on Sunday. All right. Write your questions down somewhere, and then Sunday you can ask. So see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Facebook, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. My TikTok family, thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.